So guys, we're back here again. It's been a couple of weeks since we were back on this site, but we're here now again to show you what's been going on. So within 2 weeks, we've had quite a lot of progress. A lot of things have been done. So come on in and let me show you what we've been doing. So the last time we were here, you would have seen what the villa looked like as a standard piece. So we talked you through how the layouts were and how everything was positioned. This time, a lot's happened. So one of the first stages in the build is the demolition. So the demolition has now taken place, meaning we've actually completely on this side removed the existing kitchen that was here. Now I have said this before in a few of my videos, Dubai doesn't seem to do kitchens very well. Well, at least developers don't when they first build these things for sale off plan. So as someone who's from the UK, we're actually used to having quite a nice kitchen, and the kitchen ends up being the home or the heart of the house. Quite an important place because you cook there, you reside there, you do most of your things there. So we have demolished this whole area here. Now, one of the things we did very early on with our interior designer, Studio Sim, was to actually sit down and plan out this whole area on how we want it to function. Now, one of the things we do very early on is think about the end user. Who is going to live here? Who will be buying a place like this? So we wanted to factor that in. And for us, it's very important that we think about that early on, because somebody living in a space like this is going to be a family. It could possibly be a European family, and there's a very high chance it's going to be a family from the UK. So this whole space has been designed to be the heart of the house. So the kitchen itself will be a nice German style kitchen. All of the units will go across that wall there, come across the back wall here, and come across here. It's going to be very open plan onto the main living area. We did think about putting an island in, but we quickly scrapped that idea because we wanted this whole space to flow. Now you've got to remember, in a house, when families reside together, you spend a lot of your time in the living area and the kitchen area. So it's very, very important for us to get this space right. So moving into the main living area, not a lot has happened in this area because we didn't actually need to do a lot here. So again, I explained it in an earlier video. We basically have now finalized the whole of the media wall, which is going to go across there. That will incorporate some storage. That's where the TV is going to go, etc., etc. The next thing that's going to happen is that the ceiling is going to be slightly dropped so we can have some really, really nice mood lighting. And we are still toying with the idea of whether we want to take this door out and put a big bifold door in. Now, I'm very, very of the mindset of having the inside with the outside, and one of the best ways to create that space is by putting a big bifold door in. I've done it in the UK many times before in projects that I've done. I love doing bifold doors, angled doors, L-shaped doors, all that kind of stuff. So the plan here is to cut this out and stick a big bifold door in. So the 3 or 4 months of the year that you have really, really nice weather, you can enjoy the outside and the inside, and this becomes a very nice big continuous space. Now you may remember off the first video, we did have a nice big plan on moving this wall, taking this wall out to here, putting a glass section in here and building a nice home office. But that has changed because once we spoke to the engineers and the approval and the DDA approval and all of the sign-offs that we needed on it, it just wasn't worth it. And the amount of supporting metal steels that needed to go in just to remove this support wall here to bring it to here, it made it completely unviable. Now the concept of putting a home office into this area was a really, really good concept. But once we've gone back and studied it a little bit more, it just doesn't warrant us doing it. So we scrapped that completely. So we're gonna just gut out the powder room over here. As you can see, I'm standing in it, it has pretty much been gutted out. This is gonna have some really, really nice kind of white marbly effect tile that you can actually conveniently see here. It's quite nice because it's a matte tile and then it has this little gloss vein thing going through it. That's going to be going in here along the walls. We got a nice little kind of light kind of green tile going in as well, which works really, really well. Got a really nice freestanding pedestal with a cool tap that's going to go over there. So not a lot going in here in terms of changing it. Well, we are changing it, but we're more so upgrading that space. Moving into the maid's room, again, over in this space, we're going to keep the space as it is. We do have a lovely window in here. These cabinets are going to be smashed out, so they're going to be gone. But if you come into here right now, you'll see that we have gutted this out. And you know, one thing that really frustrates me when people do renovations in Dubai, for some odd, bizarre reason, they always do the cheapest shit in the maid's room. Like the maid isn't a human as well, right? So we haven't done that. We've kept the same standard right the way through. You'll see on this side, all of the fixtures, fittings, taps, etc. have now arrived. In fact, let me see if I can open one of these to show you the finish of the tap. Yeah, so we've gone for this really nice gunmetal finish. We wanted a nice gunmetal finish because everybody goes for black, white. I don't really like the chrome shit that you get, but I was really, really liking this stuff. So we've gone through that right the way throughout the house. So yeah, big up Heimberg or however you pronounce it for sorting this all out for us. Lovely, lovely, lovely little addition. Got it to site super quick for us as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the maid's room. So one of the things you might have seen on the first video that we did was me talking about how the light in this area was completely blocked off. Because we had a solid concrete wall going up here, light to this area was always blocked off. And one of the things we wanted to do, and one of the things I wanted to do, was open this up to bring a lot more light in. If you look up there, we've got a gaping big window up there, probably 2.5 meters long by 1.8 across, a big, big window. So it lets in a lot of light, but that was being blocked by this concrete. So what we've done is we've completely smashed that wall out on this side. And what the idea on this side now is where the walls come out is to have a glass balustrade. So what that's gonna do is when the light floods in from up there, it will feed the light, diffuse it into this area here. So this area then no longer becomes blocked with the light. Now, was it an easy thing to do? Technically, yes. But this blockwork has some rebar steel in it, so it's pretty hard for the guys to remove, but it has been removed now. We're just shaping it out on how we're gonna have the glass balustrades. Again, all the tiles have been removed from here. Gonna have some nice LED lights going in between each of the steps and across the side on the channel, again, to create some nice mood lighting in the evening. So follow me up and I'll show you what's been going on upstairs. So again, this area here, this wall's come off, and this will all be a nice big glass balustrade, again, going across here over to this side. Again, main reason being light. I said it many times before. I think when developers are they're producing mass products like this, where there's 750 townhouses, they're not really thinking about things like light. Now, it would have been very, very easy to create light here, you know, maybe a little roof light over there to flood light into this area would have been an easy thing to do. But they haven't actually done that. So we're having to think on how we're going to do it, how it's going to be the best way to do it. Again, let's utilize this window with the light. Let's get the glass balustrades here. And these little things, you know, they're not major things, but they do add some serious value when you see it later on and how we're going to make it and make it shape out. So in this particular room, there's not much we can do in terms of space. We can't add any space. But what we have done is we've got rid of the wardrobes from here. We're going to build some clever storage in. Got some nice woodwork going on here in terms of desk area storage. And again, dropping the ceiling just to get some good light in here. And, mood light. And we're putting some channels in for the curtain rail, so all of that's hidden away as well. Other than that, it's more of a refurb in this room than anything major. So, main family bathroom up here, which will be shared by the 2 rooms here. Again, not adding any space on it. The last time you saw it, it would have been tiled up, standard cream finish that everybody uses. Again, working with Studio Sim, we already know what we're going to do here. We already have the tiles specced out. We already know what the appliances are going to look like. Here you can see tank going in for a concealed toilet. So we'll be building a false wall here. Toilet will be hanging off the wall. Again, the shower's all been planned out, but no real major add-on of space going here. Just clever redesign, utilizing it through good tiling and good sanitary ware. Again, not a lot's happened in this room since the last time you saw it, apart from us ripping out all of the wardrobes. Something that we did discover when we ripped out the wardrobes was that they had this void space up here. This void space was completely boxed in. Now that is a complete waste. Now I can understand why they've done it, because when you've got doors that you buy, they're a certain height and they probably didn't want to go all the way to the top because it means adding more doors in or using larger wood, which would cost more money. So we've ripped that all out and we're going to build extra storage in that space across there. So this whole wall becomes utilized with space. One thing we did do in this room was nick a bit of the main family bathroom on this side. Over here, this section here, we've stolen a piece here and we're going to box that in, and that's going to become like a little cubby hole. A cubby hole with some storage and like almost like a computer desk. So if a child had this room, it can become like a little den that they can go into to study, to mess around, to play games, to hide from their parents, whatever they want to do. But we just felt we could steal that space a little bit and kind of add value or kind of add usability to this room a little bit more. Again, moving into the master room in this place, demolition has truly started. Again, there is not a lot that we can change in terms of the actual room, apart from ripping out these cupboards. Again, we've discovered void spaces at the top, which we're going to utilize for additional storage, and then rearrange these cupboards a lot nicer. Arrange them how people would want them arranged, you know, drawers concealed inside, extra rails, just so you've got maximum storage going into this place. I mean, they're not the biggest townhouses, so you've got to try and utilize the space the best you can. Moving across into the family bathroom, again, in this area, we've completely redesigned this because we've stolen a bit of the wall for it because we just felt this space was a little bit too big. Again, I'm going to say it again, the importance of working with an interior designer. We already knew what this space was going to look like before we gutted it. What I hate and what I really is a pet hate of mine is when you go into a renovation project, you start gutting this place out and you have no idea what it's going to look like and you're trying to do things as you go. Those kind of things always delay a project. So for us, we knew weeks, if not months in advance on how every corner of this place was going to look before we even came in and started demolishing it. So we saved a hell of a lot of time. I think now over the next couple of weeks, you're going to see some serious progress on site happening because demolitions happen. We know where things are going. Things have been ordered. So on the next video, we should be a lot further along with this renovation. And I'm going to be excited to take you on a tour real soon.